In this episode, Toni Bergins joins us to speak about embodying our values.
Hi, I'm Toni Bergins, founder of Journey Dance and Embodied Transformations Method, which is a whole body of work to get you into your body. Most of us walk around, and we're in this sort of haze of being, in our head, and we spend a lot of time in our head. And embodiment is about getting into the body. And the body is so much more important than we realize. There's a whole map of information available to you in the body, learning how to feel, from intuition to empowerment to creativity. And I want to talk a little bit about that with you today. We are in a big decision point right now about how we're going to move forward as humanity and what we're going to value, what we're going to honor. And we have to reevaluate where we are today. And this is an opportunity to do so. So embodiment is being in your body, right? I know you're in a body. You're looking at me, I'm talking to you, I'm in a body, I'm moving, you're listening. But being in your body is different from just having a body, right? So many of us as children were conditioned. There's so many reasons why we leave the body. I call it your escape hatch. It's not real. You're not really leaving the body, but you know what I mean. People who dissociate do leave the body. And that's from trauma, from childhood. There are things that happen to us in our childhood that create these triggers in our body where we just, if something happens, we're out, slightly out. We're up, we're gone, we're not there, we're not present. We're conditioned to think. That's what we're conditioned to. In school, we're taught that thought and being brilliant is what we're aiming for. And we're not taught, that I really feel sad for what happened to that other student. We're not taught that. That student gets punished, that student gets taken care of, and we just keep plowing forth with the material. Do you know what I mean? So we're actually taught to not value anything really below the neck. And we have a whole enormous amount of information, intuition, presence that comes from the heart and from the body. If you're a feeler, those people, you walk into a room and you're like, oh, I don't like this place. You instantly get a collapse in your solar plexus. That's because you're psychic, you're intuitive. You can feel with your body. Many of us, we shut these things down because we don't want to feel, because feeling is difficult. It's scary. There's so many emotions. Everyone loves joy, and we're going to do more joy, and I'm really good at joy, and I love joy. But I also love, I have to feel my anger, I have to feel my sadness. It's very hard sometimes. But if we don't feel the whole gamut of feelings, we're really not in our body. This is what this is. This is a vehicle for living our life. Dancing is my personal thing. I teach dance and movement. So for me, I could dance like my anger. I could dance, I could dance my sadness. I could dance my prayer. I could dance all of my different feelings. And the emotions are such a huge part of your intelligence. And, thank you, Daniel Goleman, for creating the whole concept, emotional intelligence, because the people who are the most emotionally intelligent are the successful, the transformational, the people who have great relationships and who are making change in the world because they can feel what's happening. I had a lot of, my own little personal traumas. Everybody has them. I don't ever rank them. Everybody has their own baseline, but we all can heal from letting ourselves feel. When you start to feel, there's an empowerment that happens where it's okay to be you. And that is my greatest wish, that everyone feels valuable, worthy, and that they deserve to be part of this humanity. There's no reason for this hierarchy. We really are all equal. I mean, I know I'm saying that and you're like, what? That's not how it looks. Well, that's because we haven't learned how to honor each other's gifts and the reasons why we're all here. So real empowerment is about looking at your conditioning and saying, okay, what is actually true? What have I just absorbed, digested from what I was told, what I saw, what I witnessed, what I experienced, and how you transform that? This is the hardest part. We're going to go deeper is through empathy, because we learn that, okay, so if I matter, guess what? You matter, and she matters, and he matters, and they matter, and everybody matters. This is not sympathy. Sympathy is like, oh, I'm so sorry that you feel that way. Sympathy is not something anybody wants to receive. They just don't, okay? So it's nice you send the sympathy card. I remember going to the cards, I say sympathy. Oh, I don't like sympathy. Then there's commiseration. You're like, oh, I know exactly how you feel. I've totally been there. This has happened in my life too. Not so good. It kind of steals the story, not really listening, right? But you're like engaging and it's fun, and that's like a pity party, but doesn't really create listening. Then you've got compassion, which is a beautiful thing if done well, and there's many people who can teach you how to do compassion well, but the general compassion is thoughts and prayers, I send love from a distance, blah, 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 and that's not really going to do it either. What's going to do it is to sit with somebody your friends, your family members, relationships, your employees. As a leader, you have to learn empathy. This is going to be your greatest skill, to be able to sit with somebody and really sit with them and say, wow, I hear you. Oh my God, that sounds hard. That is very painful. And then you imagine what it's like to be that person. You really imagine. You go inside and you say, well, what's it like? And you might cry right then and there, right in front of them. This is a big thing I'm asking of you, to go from embodiment to empowerment to empathy and then to vulnerability. And then you get into a conversation that has meaning and value and power, where everyone is valued. Everyone's ideas, everyone's needs get brought to the table. This is what I wish for you. And it starts with something so simple as just going for a walk, dancing, feeling your body. So I want to empower you right now to, after you watch this video, go out there and take a walk, like move a little faster than you normally do. Get it from a stroll to a little like put on some music. Let your body move, pulse. See if maybe there's an emotion that's stuck in there. Maybe have a conversation with someone that you don't normally have. Maybe listen in a new way and notice if you're going, oh my God, I'm going into sympathy, or oh my God, I'm going into commiseration, or oh my God, I'm just being compassionate, but I'm not really listening. What would it be like if you really listened and went to empathy and then said, oh wow, okay, I hear you. It's about not needing to be right. That's the thing. And that's so conditioned, as I said, from the very beginning, earlier thing I talked about, embodiment. We're out of our body because we're taught we have to be right. We have to get it right. It has to be good. We have to be smart. But that's not what it's about. It's about coming from the heart. So that is my gift for you. And I invite you to experiment with just bringing your hands to your heart before we close, taking 3 breaths. Just letting your body fill with air. And trusting yourself. And saying, I matter. And you matter. And I can trust my feelings. And I can learn from my body what is my next appropriate action. Thank you.